I just thought I'd shoot this video to give you guys some insights on Instagram stories. I know Jamie did a good job putting the group together with the Instagram, and I thought I'd give you guys a little bit more or add on to that and show you guys how it's done as far as how you can really leverage using stories. So I'll start with the basics. Basically, again, the idea with having a story is to kind of show your day to day for your business, your audience, your partners, and then bring new people into your world. So here are some best practices that you can use. So let's say I was adding on to my story and I wanted to start with, let's say, the bottom. Here, let's have a look at the bottom real quick. So Boomerang is a feature that can allow you to, let's say, show a book. Let's say you're showing a book, you wanted to kind of show yourself flipping through the pages. You do a boomerang, and then you would end up kind of getting this, which you can save. Then you could say like, love this book, right? But let's go with another one that's probably more common for folks, which will be, let's say you want to have a blank background. So if you look at the bottom screen below, you'll see there's a toggle sign, right? There's the going live if you want to go live. There's the create. There's the normal boomerang, which is what I just shot. Layout. Actually, I have not used this one too often. Super zoom, and so on and so forth. So if we go create, that's where you get a screen where I actually previously shot this. I made it orange. If you look here, you'll type in fantastic mastermind with this group, right? So in this case here, I want to switch colors. With the text, you can do that. If you want to go ahead and switch colors of the background, you can see the corner here, bottom right corner, you'll see I'm clicking, tapping, changing it, right? I can have it all black if I want to, white. Let's say we wanted to keep this color and I wanted to start tagging. If you look at the sticker, right here, sticker will allow you to have a bunch of features which are very, very useful to start including basically a lot of different aesthetics or features for your story. So let's say I want to do a at multifamily and more. Let's do it. I'll tag these guys, multifamily and more, our wonderful Jamie and Benoit, right? So I'll be there. Then let's say I wanted to add a location. Let's say I'm out of Michigan. I'll do that. Let's say it was Troy or Troy, Michigan. Can do that. I can put it, I can, when I tap it, I can make it go clear. I can make it go different colors. So same thing with the at dimension sign. It can be clear if you want it to be clear. It can be their colors, which actually works perfectly for them. It's their colors, right? So I'll do Troy, Michigan. Then the sticker that we like to use the most here, if you look at the third from the right, the sticker button again, is we can get your gifts, right? And the really neat thing with that is you can kind of add a lot of different things, kind of like a let's say swipe up, right? So let's say you wanted to do one with swipe up. This gentleman over here, he's swiping up. You say go ahead and swipe up. It was fantastic. Usually you want to use the swipe up feature when you're linking to something. So let's say I had the zoom here. I would do let's do www. Let's say we had the Zoom link from the mastermind. We do .com / whatever the link would be, right? And now you'd have a call to action. If I want, I can go back to the third sticker from the top, right? Click that again and do arrow. Some of the keywords that I use the most are arrow or tap here, or if you'll scroll down, you'll see one that you like and you select it. You really want to make it animated. You want to really animate it for people because it'll catch people's attention, right? So now you have gifts, you have the location we talked about, you have the mention, right? And you have the blank screen. Again, if I wanted to change the color to the back screen, boom, here you go, right? If I wanted to go ahead and search, remember you have a search box here. So if you wanted to go ahead and say apartments, you could do an apartment here. multifamily and more, right? If you want to do a hashtag, which I encourage you guys to do hashtags, I would do let's say, be more, right? And last but not least, another feature that you definitely want to utilize is the pictures. So let's say I had a invested talent. In this case, that's my company logo. So I want to put it right here. You'll see as soon as it comes, it'll pop up, add sticker, and fantastic. You can add the sticker, right? So let's say, and remember the button at the bottom is always going to make it disappear. It's the delete, right? So you want to make sure if you're dragging things there, if you want something, you don't want to remove something, you can hit the delete, and there you have it, right? That'd be more or less one that you can use. Now let's say I did not want the blank background, so we're gonna discard all this. Discard. Let's say I actually wanted a picture. If you look at the bottom right of your screen here, you can select a picture, right? And you can go from here and go. Let's pick this one. Actually, I had this pre-recorded before, or preset for you guys. So I added you can see the tag here, multifamily and more. I went and searched the tab here, and I put fantastic mastermind. And I added the dimensions for each one, right? So again, pre-saved, and I added this little icon here. Tap here is good. It's another great call to action that I like. Tap here because it directs people somewhere, right? Or you could say next story. Let's say you have a next story where you want to, actually give them the link or whatever the case might be. You do a next story. Tagging the people individually is going to increase your engagement because those people will most likely add them to their story. I can tell you guys right now, I've had some really big thought leaders repost me, and it's added a lot of engagement I've gained a lot of their followers. But again, you're doing it with a purpose, with the end goal in mind. Can this serve my audience well? So with that in mind, just like that, you can post it. Some best practices to go over again is you always want to make sure you're adding the location, right? So currently I'm in Lexington, Mass. I want to rank Lexington, Mass. Now remember, you don't have to include everything on the screen. If you wanted to hide something on the screen but it would still rank for that location, I can drag this off my screen and it'll be part of a location. Same thing with at. Let's say you want to tag a gazillion people, but you don't want it to look nasty. You can drag it off your screen. Let's say I want to tag, I don't know, you guys are, just say Grant, who's not in this, but I want this to appear on his story. I can drag it out the way. It'll appear on his story. If you wanted to more or less protect his or her identity, but you still wanted them to have the ability to add it to their story, that's something you do, right? So these are kind of like the best practice tips. So I would say always tag the other person so they can have it. Always add a location so you can rank locally, and always add gifts here that you'll be able to add gifts, the time. You can also get fancy. We'll do it real quick. We'll discard. We'll do one of these. You can also do polls, right? Did you guys find this mastermind helpful? All right. Ask a question. If I do a poll, I click the sticker right in the center button at the top. I do poll. Yes or no. Actually, I made a mistake. Technically that works. If you wanted though, you could have asked the question right here. Did you guys, right? So I didn't have to, I could actually just type it right away. Did you guys find this Zoom call effective? Right? Boom. Put that in here. Drag this because it's garbage. I don't want it. Boom. Add my sticker. Add my sticker here. Copy. Paste. Great. Fantastic. Right? And then if I want to make it fancy, I can go ahead, tap, go to the GIF, find a Zoom call. Anything you can basically think of and type, you'll find it, right? So this is right here. And you can make it nice and big, and just like that, you'll get a poll set up, right? Again, I always put a location. I would tag people who are involved so they can see it in their notifications, right? And I'll go from there, right? So this is a good example of how you can kind of utilize these stories along the day as you go about your business to really kind of bring people into your world as it currently is. Hope you guys found this helpful. And again, be sure to always link if you can. You'll have to have more than 10,000 followers if you want to do that. But again, you always have the opportunity. In this case, for me, if you did have more than 10,000 to link, always link if you can have the opportunity to. We're doing investortown.com, social media / media, and /social media, boom, and then that would obviously drive a call to action, which they will see in their store as swipe up ability, right? So those are the kind of things you want to do. But if not, that's just okay. Always give a call to action where people can go. Maybe you can even say link in our bio, right? And go from there. Also, not sure that I touched on the colors, right? You can always play around with the colors here by selecting it. Black, blue, yellow. Same idea for most of these things. Anytime you tap them, you always have the ability to change the colors, right? So here it's the background here, and go from there. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and just a little tip that I'd love to kind of I thought I'd share with you guys and add value to you guys any way as possible. Feel free to DM me or reach out to me if you have any questions. And again, look forward to being a part of a wonderful mastermind that week ahead again around social media. Thanks, guys.